Welcome back to It's Life Loudly.
Where life is messy, imperfect, and worth sharing.
We're Dalton and Kristen Steichen, and we are excited to share stories and our experiences.
Ones that might inspire, motivate, and hopefully make you laugh.
We are not experts on this thing called life.
We're just here chatting about it.
It's Life
Loudly.
Hey everyone, we're back. Hope you enjoyed our new intro.
Back like we never left.
One thing we are learning is we do need more new microphones.
Badly.
If anybody has microphones that aren't thousands of dollars that you think that would be a little more clear, less muffled, send us some links because we are in search. These we just bought because we're like, we don't even know if we like doing this or want to do this.
Do we still know if we like doing this?
I like doing this.
Great.
I love doing this.
Awesome.
I think this is so fun.
Okay.
Are you not vibing?
I'm vibing.
Okay. Guess what?
You want me to say what or what our son would say?
What would he say?
Chicken butt?
He says that?
Well, he used to.
No.
What?
When I was in town this last week, we had lots of different sporting events and things that going on, and the amount of people that come up to me and comment on our podcast.
How many people?
I think at least
2.
10 to 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I think like several, just like walking past people.
People that you know?
Yeah. Yes. People that I know.
Okay.
People that I know that are like, hey, I've been really enjoying listening to the podcast.
That's great.
Or they tell me like, I listen to your podcast when I'm in the car. Or, hey, you're my podcast while I go for a walk.
Our podcast is fire.
Yes, a student told me, Mrs. Steichen, your podcast is fire. And I'm like, oh boy. All right. So we're hip. We're
what's
cool.
Today's topic?
It's gonna be something very interesting. But one other thing, don't
jump ahead.
Don't jump ahead with me because I had something to say with all of these people that commenting.
Oh, sorry.
Do you know what's something that I've heard from a couple people? Okay. Number one, everyone's like, several people always come up to me and they're like, I feel like I talk to you all the time because I'm just listening to your podcast.
Oh.
Or some people have told me, hey, I thought I really knew you until I started listening to your podcast and I realized how wrong I was. So, but they say that they're very surprised about you.
I'm sure they are.
I
am.
I mean, me, I'm just always kind of outgoing, but everyone is like, I thought your husband was just always so quiet and just kept to himself and didn't really know what to say.
There's not an audience of people in front of me right now. It's a microphone and a computer.
But I think that they just didn't think that you'd even have it in you to even do this.
Why?
You know what I mean? Like people who are very reserved, quiet, if you were like, hey, let's start a podcast, they'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. I think there's a lot of people out there who are outgoing. They're like, hey, if I wanted to ask my spouse to start a podcast, they'd probably be like, yeah, no. So people are surprised that you are willing to like jump up and like.
I didn't jump up right away. Did I?
You didn't really argue.
No.
You didn't really. I just said, hey, I want to start a podcast. You want to do it with me or not?
Because I'm just to the point where you get what you want anyway, so I may as well just do it.
What, do you think I was just going to beg and cry?
And I didn't want you to start doing it alone, and then I felt left out.
Oh, that's what it is. You didn't want me to get super popular and be like, I want to be a part of that.
Right.
I see. So anyway, people are very happy. I love hearing comments, or when people send me comments. You got to start sharing this on your social media more so people can write comments to you. Because I'm the only one that sees my comments, because I'm the only one that posts this on social media. So you got to get going.
So like they don't just comment on Spotify? Like they're commenting
they'll like
on...
send me like an Instagram DM.
Oh.
And be like, hey, I just listened to your podcast. Or There's a couple new people this last week where they were like, "Hey, I see." Like they comment since I like put it in my stories that hey, new podcast is up. Then they comment on that story and are like, "Hey, where can I listen?" Or I just listened and
Well,
it's
then you're
awesome.
gonna
Or
have to show me how to do that again.
yeah, it's really easy. You just click the share button in Spotify, and it just goes directly to any social media that you want.
Wow.
Wow, I know. So, do you have any joys and hearts?
Joys. Well, my hunting trip was very fun.
Have we not talked about that yet?
No, we talked about going because it was before.
Right.
We have not talked about anything since
Tell
I've
us
been
all
back.
about it.
Loved it. Walked a lot. Saw deer. Got real close to some. Wasn't able to pull the trigger on any, but that's okay because the bow has my release
Did you
technically has a
even?
trigger.
Yeah. Did you even like attempt?
I did, but I didn't get very far.
Like you didn't even like pull back.
No,
Didn't.
nope.
Didn't even.
But I had an arrow knock twice.
I was gonna say, what's that called? Knocked an arrow. Is that the correct term? Did you have an arrow knocked?
Twice.
Is that? Am I saying that right?
I knocked an arrow twice.
Okay.
Yes.
That means put an arrow on the little.
That means I was almost there, but not quite. On the little stand. On the rest.
On the rest. Sorry.
Just put my arrow here on the nightstand.
I didn't say the nightstand. I said the little stand.
Jeez.
It's like a little stand.
It's a rest.
I know, but you set it on there and then you press the little flick and it poop pops it up like a little stand. Whoop. Stands it up. It stands it up.
It's called a fall away rest.
Fall away rest.
Falls away when I pull the trigger.
All right.
Yeah. At least I think that's the right term. Q80 is the brand.
So when you were not hunting, what were you doing?
So we would hunt every morning and every evening. In the middle of the day, we would try to take a nap, but sometimes we're successful. Hang out, play games, cooked. We cooked every single meal on the Blackstone, which was awesome. We ate real good. Played a lot of pop darts. Talked to other people that were staying there, other hunters. That was fun. Just really cool to hunt in new ground, new land. Like I've never hunted in the Badlands. I've only ever been lost in the Badlands, and that didn't happen.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. Story. Yeah, we've told that story. It was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to go back. We kind of want to go back in November if the weather isn't bad.
Yeah,
we'll see how everything plays out. But yeah, we
You're
had a lot
not
of
going to
fun.
hunt here in the meantime?
I mean,
You're not seeing anything or what?
no, nothing really big on camera. I don't really have any bait out either. I don't know, just not really gun ho about it until it gets cold out.
Yeah. Cool.
So that can be my high. That was really fun. Fire, what were we out there for? 4 days?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
That technically was not this last week. Do you have any other highs from this last week?
We got some fencing done. That's always fun. Just getting odds and ends done while we were waiting for the soybeans to harvest to start.
We have a whole new yard layout.
Yeah, looks good. I'm happy with it.
I think in an episode a long time ago, I think we were talking about how when you're in your 30s, you all of a sudden really care about lawn care and trees.
Planting trees.
And are they living, surviving?
Most of them. Going to have to pre-plant some in this next spring. But
5 rows, 4 rows?
5.
So where the trees are now was technically in the cattle pasture. So you re-fenced around it. So
planted
now
the trees. Now I put moved the barbed wire fence, put new barbed wire fence around it, so it's a part of the yard.
So kind of out our back
because
door,
you don't want cows eating your new trees.
No, well, kind of out our back door, we've always had a fence line right there, and now we don't have that because it goes around all the trees. So now we have
more openness.
Yeah, more to mow.
Yes,
but that's all right. I kind of like that the gate's a little farther away, and
I made it a bigger gate put a bigger gate in for tractors or for the calf catcher to get through there.
Now we just have to move the tinny.
That's on my list tomorrow.
Tinny's the incinerator.
I was going to move it today, but I lit it, and I want to take it up to the pit and dump it before I move it.
Yeah, it's probably full.
So I wasn't going to do that today while I was smoking. Just dump it tomorrow and move it. It's going to go in the gravel over here, like where in front of where the gray gate was.
Oh, all right.
How about you? Okay, Swiss.
My joy is that I really like you being in town.
Yeah, I've been trying to come to town a little more.
You stayed at the apartment
2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row and 3 times this whole week, didn't you?
Yeah. I think that's more than I ever was there last year.
Even came
to a volleyball
game.
And you know what? I had a lot of fun, and I ate too much junk food. I had 2 pops.
At the game?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's not going to be able to fly.
So people have been asking me, they're like, oh my gosh, you must really be saving money on gas, but the amount of, and I think it's just sports.
But then I'm driving. If I drive, it's the gas anyway.
Well, I know,
I'm
but I'm just
every day.
Every single morning, I've gotten a drink at the coffee shop.
Well, that's a little problem. That's still probably cheaper than gas.
Probably, but that's probably my heart. Is that
I went there that morning
while you were gone? Was it while you were gone I started getting sick?
Yes, it was like the second day I was gone.
So I've been sick for like over a week, and it's just like been circulating around the school. Like all the teachers have taken their turn of like losing their voice. So I finally got my voice back, but just the constant runny mucus, all that garbage, and now our son's got it and kind of kept him up last night. He kept waking up kind of like coughing just because of all the...
I feel like it's bad with him because he gags when it gets stuck in his throat.
Well, because he doesn't know how to like cough it up. You know what I mean? Like we know how to clear our throat. How do you teach a kid to clear their throat? You can't really do that. So it's kind of making its rounds. But I feel like my voice still sounds a little scratchy. But anyway, I got to have, and I don't drink like coffee. I'm a fan of a medicine ball, which is like peach tea with mint tea.
She likes her teas.
And then you add in lemon, honey, and mint, I think, are the 3 syrups. And it's just tastes like a warm hug. So I had that every single morning.
A warm hug. Huh?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was nice having you around, like, in the mornings.
How was it when I was hunting? When I was gone for 4.5 days.
That was a long time to just be on my own. I don't love that. But I feel like this week was more of a chill week. We didn't have as many sporting events to run into, but I feel like when we're in town, we haven't even eaten, like, in the apartment. Like, we're either going somewhere, we're going to a game or eating concessions or on the move. Because last week we also had youth group. We've started youth group back up. So
I was there.
That's kind of filled up.
A lot of kids.
Oh my gosh.
It was great.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, we started our youth group with, I don't even know, 5 people on average, maybe.
And probably less.
This last week we were at 20.
It was that many?
It was 20.
Holy
20 maybe including
buckets.
me and you.
Oh. Yeah, still a lot.
18 for sure.
It's awesome.
So yeah, it was good. Speaking of which, do you know what we're talking about today?
I asked you about this like 10 minutes ago, and I got told I was jumping the gun. So what are we talking about today?
Just because, before we get in,
here we go.
I was going to mention this when we were talking about people commenting on our podcast. The amount of people that have approached me and have told me that I'm right and you're wrong
about the tucking in the house thing.
Tucking in the house thing. I even had 2 people approach me at school, and they're like, as people I didn't even know listen to our podcast, they're like, "Hey, yes, absolutely, everybody does tuck in their house at night."
No.
And Dalton even texted me yesterday. And I was like, "Hey, I'm going to be home later."
Oh,
blah,
yeah.
blah. And you're like, "Well, I'll make supper and tuck in the house."
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, that was funny. But it's a thing. People tuck in the house. And do you know, I can say her name because I don't think she'll care. Jessica. My cousin Jessica.
Okay.
She responded to me and she's like, "Tell him that even I do that." Because like Jessica's just not probably as like organized as me.
So, but has it always been called tuck in the house, or is
No,
that a
probably
term that
not.
you just made up and everybody's like, yeah, that's probably a good term?
I just called it that. I don't know because we were talking
So,
about
if I walk around the house and make sure the lights are off, that's me tucking the house in.
but it's all of the things, not just
I'm
turning
just
the lights
talking
off.
about lights because that's all I care about.
No, that's just shutting the lights off before you go to bed.
Well, isn't the rest just doing the dishes or picking up
But
things?
so you're walking by, and as you see things that need to be taken care of, you're taking care of them.
So there
like,
ain't
so, like-
1% of you thinking that you can take care of this tomorrow.
Oh, there was, I think, out of the, I don't know, 20 or 30 some people that responded to my poll, I think 2 of them said, no, I've never done this, never thought of it.
No, I'm saying for you, if you look at something and there's not 1% of you that says, "Oh, that can wait till tomorrow."
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe if I know something like, I know that the frisbee got left outside and it's now 10 o'clock
That's
at night,
outside,
I'm
that's not the
probably not
house.
gonna. If it's something
You're going to lose sleep over a frisbee that's outside.
Well, no, I'm just saying that I don't think I can. If it's something that I can't take care of immediately right now, like if it's going to take more mental energy and more physical energy than just like a few seconds,
Okay,
I'm
so
not doing
here's
it.
a question. If there's dishes in the sink, they're clean and they're dry, does that bother you that they need to be put away?
In the morning, that's a morning job to me.
So but if they're dirty,
Then
that's a night job.
That's a night job for sure.
Huh.
Because our kid takes care of the clean dishes in the morning.
Oh, so you can just pass it on to somebody else.
But today, we've cleaned out the dishes 2 times today. I've washed dishes 3 times today. 2 times.
So have you tucked in the house yet tonight?
No, because our kids aren't in bed yet.
So you'll walk out there and do a walkthrough.
After this podcast, yes. I will not. I'm going to go walk out and make a cup of tea.
Did you pick up Beckon's marbles?
Yeah. And I put the pillows back on the couch for the 3rd time today. Yeah, and I stacked up all of his toys in a line. Because those I'm not going to go put in his room.
So if I go make one crooked, will you fix it again?
If you,
I'm just trying to see how picky you are.
If you picked up a toy and physically moved it to the middle of the room and I went out there.
If I set the fly swatter on the air doctor, would you move it?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I would. Are you? Yeah, you're just making fun of me. But
yes, I am.
But I don't even care because the majority of the people here are in agreement with me, and
Okay. Okay, what's the topic?
Today's topic, we are talking about teenagers.
Ugh, what the girt.
Apparently that's a new saying that our one daughter says. We're not actually talking about today parenting teenagers. We're going to start talking about being teenagers.
Oh boy.
So I have this thing, and you're going to think that this is crazy too. I think because of all of the things that happen in the big life events that happened when I was a teenager to me that put me on the path of the rest of my life, I think mentally I am part stuck in being a teenager. I remember being a teenager so vividly, and it was such a monumental time in my life. I love teenagers. I love teaching them.
You love them or you loved being one?
All of it. I love teaching them. I love hearing about their problems. I love listening to their irrational ways of thinking.
Yeah, they drive me nuts.
I love hanging out with them at youth. That's my age. Teenage is my age.
I just don't like the teenage sass.
Yeah, and we can talk about that. And the reason why we're talking about teenagers is so Dalton and I, on the podcast anyway, have not fully shared our story of meeting. We've started, a lot of the stories that we've shared so far are in our married life. Dalton and I met as teenagers.
Started dating as teenagers.
We started dating as teenagers. We were, the majority of our high school life, we were together. All through college, we were together. married during college, all of that. So like all of our teen years, pretty much,
We're together.
we were together, which I think is wild.
I mean, it's pretty close. Yeah.
Which is crazy. Which is just a pretty big
And
deal.
here we still are.
And here we still are. So that's why I
You
just think,
sounded a little more chipper about it than me.
that's why I just think it's this. We have this. Like a lot of times, people don't want to discuss about what being a teenager was like. They're like, "Oh my gosh, I would never want to go back to middle school. I would never want to go back to high school. I would never want to like do anything like that," because a lot of times you're embarrassed about all of the stuff that you did, the people that you dated, the friends you had. Like it's like that
I'd
was
go
one
back.
that was one time in my life.
Sure.
Where it's like you and me are on the other side and we can talk about it together and it's not awkward or it's not weird because we're literally talking about each other,
Pretty much.
being with each other.
For the most part.
And so we fell in love as teenagers and
We
started
did.
our journey as teenagers. That is my first thing that I'm just going to say. This is a public service announcement to parents. And people have disagreed on me on this. But I feel like I have a pretty open relationship with teenagers. I'm willing to talk about anything with teenagers. Anything. I actually get to like disciple a few kids, and even with our own kid or whatever, like there is no topic under the sun that is off limits with me. Like I'll talk about anything.
I think that's the way it's supposed to be.
Like no matter how awkward. Like,
For certain people.
People do not want to talk about like the awkwardness, the dating, the all of the. There's just a ton of things that I could list right now, but I'm not going to list them all. But there's a ton of awkward things and weird things that come with being a teenager, puberty, all the things that parents and people are really uncomfortable with talking to our kids about, and I just thrive in that. Like, let's talk about all the weird things your body's doing. Let's talk about all the weird things your brain is doing. Let's talk about all the weird things you're thinking and feeling.
Let's talk about that guy.
Let's just hash it out. Let's do it. And so, one public service announcement: if you are a parent of a teenager and your teenager ever comes to you and they're like, "Mom, Dad, I'm in love," I do not want you to look at them and say, "You're too young for that," or "You don't know anything about that," or I don't know what other like.
They might not know anything about it. I wouldn't say we knew anything about it. That's something we've gotten a lot
for sure.
Well, right.
I'm just saying, as a parent, don't discourage it. Do not ever, if your teenager wants to talk to you about something, do not ever shut them down, no matter how ridiculous or irrational or awkward the conversation might be.
I agree.
Let's talk about it. Let's chat about it right here, right now. When's the first time that you fell in love? How old were you? If you look back right now and you say, I was in
15?
love. 15?
14?
Okay. 14 years old.
Yeah.
I would say for me, 13. Do you think we were nuts? Now that we as parents have a 13-year-old kid?
No.
No, because it's that's how we felt at that time, right?
I don't think it's nuts.
So
do I think it's dumb? Yeah. Just kidding.
But that's just, if your teenager is going to come up to you and chat, like just let any.
I don't think I chatted with my parents about that.
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
ever. But if somebody
does,
but if somebody comes, no. But if somebody came up to me, if one of my students at school came up to me and was like, "Mrs. Steichen, I'm pretty sure I'm in love," I'd be like, "Tell me about it. Let's hear all about it. I'm so excited for you. Let's hear." Even if you know it's not going to last, even if you know they're going to change their mind tomorrow, you just have to.
But is that
teenagers? Who's for us to say?
True. Yeah.
Who's for us to say?
That's right.
I'm just. But the biggest thing with
you are worked up about this.
Oh, the biggest thing with teenagers is connectedness. And I think people so much focus on like the sass and the attitude and the disrespect and the this and that, and like I could be wrong, and if somebody really understands science or biology, feel free to come and correct me on this. But having a teenager or being a teenager, we're talking about from our experiences, being a teenager is kind of like being a toddler, preschooler, in the fact that, like, so when you're an infant, you grow a lot. You grow from like ages 0, what is like 0 to 2 or 0 to 3 is like
Your body, you're talking?
your body, mind, brain,
Yeah.
development, behavior, whatever grows at a rate that is just insane. And then once you're like 5, it slows down, right? The rate slows
Yep.
down. Like, just think, in the first 5 years of your life, you learn to walk, sit, eat, go to the bathroom, get some of your
Talk.
needs met, talk. You learn like half of the basic life functions in the first 5 years of your life. And then you like slow down. Okay. So then there's like this steady like increase in the steady like growth of like development, the things you learn, the things you know, how responsible are you or whatever. And then being a teenager comes. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's the next time in your life where you have such a rapid increase. And a lot of it isn't physically that you can see. A lot of it is like brain and body and chemicals on the inside, hormones, all of that are growing at a speed that they have not grown since you were like little. And your brain just turns to mush, basically. Like, you forget how to think, you forget how to reason, you forget how to do things. And that's why I hear so many parents being frustrated with their teenager, because it's like they know how to clean up their room. They know how to do this. They've known how to do that because, yeah, for the last 5 years, they've known how to do those things. And then all of a sudden you become 13, 14, 15 years old and it's like, you don't even remember how to take a shower.
I think they remember how, they just choose not to.
Is it a choice or is it a brain block?
Both.
So sometimes when you're dealing with teenagers and you're frustrated and you're confused and you're whatever, you kind of have to think of like, okay, how would I speak, or what would my expectations be to someone 6 years younger than them? Because that's about the same level that they're at. And it's not like, I'm not downplaying that. I'm just saying that like your brain is growing so much and your body is changing so much that they
Okay,
can't.
you go tell our daughter this.
Oh, I have.
I bet that didn't go well.
We've talked about it. Yeah, last year when we had like frustrations and things like that, I was like, I know that you don't get it. I get it. I know that you don't get it. And so when you think about that, it just makes it seem a little more real. It makes you feel a little more real. Like, hey, I'm not the only person that feels like I'm living in crazy town. It's just like part of life and you go through it. But anyway, that's part of why I just love teenagers so much, is just the rapid wildness of it all. So let's talk about first impressions.
Oh boy.
Dalton and I met. Let's talk about when we met. Let's
Great.
start there.
Let's go.
What would we have been, 16?
I was 15.
We would have both probably been 15.
Yep.
15 freshman year, Dalton Steichen and I meet at a Taylor Swift concert at the Minot State Fair.
Yep.
Of all places.
Yep.
He was there to actually meet up with one of my friends.
Yep.
And he was also there doing...
We had basketball summer team camp.
Where did you do that at?
I don't remember.
Like, that wasn't part of the fair, though.
No. It just so happened to be part of that week.
Yeah. So we met. He had shaggy, wild hair.
Always did.
Cool. Like back when the long Zac Efron hair was a thing.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly who I tried to be.
Like that hair. Yeah.
I really liked the curls, from around the ears from wearing a hat. I always tried to get those curls.
Like you would literally put on a hat with wet hair just so your hair would curl
100%.
And it was back then where basketball shorts were probably down to your calves.
I always wore basketball shorts.
Yeah, and so anyway, there was no real flames or sparks at that
Zero.
time. But that was...
yeah. I honestly don't even remember you.
Really?
Not a lot.
I don't know if I actually. Sometimes you like remember something and you're not sure if you remember it because you actually remember it, or you remember it because you've seen so many pictures of it. Like I remember seeing the pictures of that night. I don't know if I physically remember them. But anyway, it wasn't probably so. That
Didn't
was
somebody get sick?
Our friend fainted twice.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, we had a friend who I don't know if claustrophobic or just got overheated or whatever. I mean, it was probably July.
It was July.
Is the
That's
state fair
when
in
the
July?
fair is.
Well, we don't go anymore. I have no idea.
Honey.
But yeah, we were up close to Taylor, and I don't even know if the concert had started yet or had hardly started. Fainted, so we moved back, got her water, and then I think kind of she got dizzy again. So then we had to move back, and we ended up like sitting in like the stands, or we stood right by the stands. But anyway, that's not important. The important thing is, other than that, I don't remember anything about you after that. That would have been in the summer, and you and I didn't actually start talking until I think October.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we said something to one or the other in school
Well,
at some
obviously,
point, but
yeah.
nothing that meant
So
anything.
Dalton went to school in Goodrich, and then he came to Harvey sophomore year. So we met the summer before sophomore year. I can't say that I remember anything about you in school until October. And the only reason we started talking, well, I don't know if it's the only reason. Do you all remember good old MSN Messenger?
Oh, yeah.
Like, for those of you that are like, what the heck is that? Okay, back in the day when we didn't have cell phones. Well, you probably did.
I had a phone.
Okay. Yeah, everyone, like, I lived in the life of no phone. So on your desktop computer with a dial up internet.
That was only you also.
Apparently, my parents wanted to keep us in the the golden ages. I don't know. Like little chat boxes. And I remember one night there wasn't a whole lot of friends on. So I asked one of my friends, I'm like, hey, who else are you talking to? Because you always wanted to have a lot of different chat groups going on at the same time. And she's like, oh, I'm talking to Dalton. And I'm like, really? What's his username? I'll add him. And then I added you. And I don't know who initiated our first quote date, even though it wasn't a date.
I'm sure it was me.
You think so?
Well, no, you probably brought it up.
I think I did. I'm going to give myself credit for that.
How many times did I ask you up before you said yes?
It doesn't matter. We're talking
and
about
how many months? Oh, it does matter.
Well, we're technically not that many months. It's in October.
It was like 5.
4, but I'll give you it. Okay. Anyway, I found out, I don't even know why, I found out that Dalton really liked basketball and I really like basketball, and I told him that I always go to the Armory to play basketball.
And I pretty much said, wow, me too.
You were going without me?
I wasn't to the Armory before that.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that I introduced that into your life.
No.
You went to the, seriously?
Yeah.
You went to the Armory to play basketball by yourself?
Not always.
How had we never seen each other there then?
Don't know.
Weird. Anyway, so we were like, hey, let's start going together.
I found out about the Armory not long after I moved there.
Well, that kind of crushes my dreams a little bit because I thought that I introduced that into your life.
No.
Anyways.
I'm pretty sure we probably talked about that, and you're like, oh, maybe I should come with you once. Because I did that.
But I always went there.
Not when I was there.
Well, anyway, we found our mutual love of basketball and decided to go to the Armory together and play basketball. So that's how like our relationship started.
That's all she wanted to do with me.
Well, yeah, was the intention. So one thing that people have asked me is like, how do you, and this is speaking from, so like Dawn and I both are very into our faith, right? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. So anything that we are saying for now is based off of that. I've had people ask me like, how did you get into a relationship that was so even know, wholesome. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like, I've had people ask me, like, how do we make sure that our teenage kids, like, stay out of the drug scene and the alcohol scene and the party scene and the sleeping around scene and the making sure their boyfriends and their girlfriends are decent people and that they're in the right friend groups and that they're like all that stuff.
So you say friend groups. So we obviously had a friend group. When did this friend group form? Was it always there and I just kind of got in with you when we started dating? Or was that a thing before we dated? Because I feel like it was.
Yeah, I mean, like so, and oftentimes I tell people, so like, I'm not really speaking from a parent perspective. I'm speaking from like me remembering to be a teenager. I decided really early on in age that I wasn't going to be a part of any groups or any activities or any behavior that would, number one, be negative for my academics because school was like my life. Like,
Yeah, you nerd.
I wanted to be the best at school. I wanted to excel in school. I wanted to be, I don't want to say one of the smart kids because that sounds wrong because everybody has their
You
own.
were the smart kid.
Everybody has their own definition of smart. I really wanted to be the top, in the top academically.
And you were.
And I really enjoyed athletics. So I wasn't ever going to do anything or be a part of any groups that would.
I feel like we just had the same morals. And that's kind of also what drew us together.
Right. Because I do remember we had to have like I think we were very open with each other and like ask questions like, have you done this? Have you been a part of this? Because like I wasn't gonna bend my morals and my ethics towards anybody. I just like had that self confidence. I don't know why. I don't know how I got it. Some people don't have that. But I was just like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're not doing. If you're going to be a relationship with me, we're never doing this, or this. And that's
and it was all fine.
And not that it was a problem because you thought the same way. But one of the things that you and I did early on is like, so once this time was happening, like I was already pretty independent in my like faith church life. Like at one point, the church my family and I was going to split into two different groups. And so I don't know if it was when we dated or if it was even before we dated.
It was when. It was while. No, it was right before we started dating.
Because we switched groups. Yeah, it must have. It was
right before.
Like one of the activities Dalton and I did together was going to youth group.
And
we've gone to two different youth groups.
When we started dating, you were going to a different church than your parents.
And that doesn't really make sense to me because then why were we going to the youth group of that other church? Maybe we went to youth group there. We just didn't go to church there. I don't know.
I think we did, yeah. We still went to youth group there.
But the whole point is what I'm trying to make is like I very early on, like I was in charge of my own faith journey. My parents were not in charge of that for me. Like I went to a different church than my parents for some of that time. And Dalton would come into town early.
Oh, I lived in town. I'd go to church with my parents. First. Your church was later. Because my mom would be like, nope, you can't just go to church with her. You got to, because she was big into like just going to church as a family.
And I agree.
Well, yeah, whatever. So I would go to church with them, and then I'd go to church with you.
Because I've often thought about like if one of my kids was like, hey, I'm going to a
different church. I don't think I was doing that for me.
No. But you did it.
Well, I did it, yeah.
And so like we went to
I think part of me felt bad you were going to church alone.
And I don't even know what I would do now if one of my kids came up to me and was like, hey, I'm going to go to church at a different church than you. I don't even know how I would. I was maybe a little older than our kids are now, but still, I was just like, wow, that was pretty bold.
Very.
Of me to do. And then the fact that we went together and the friend group that we had, you know, and I'd like to say that I was friends with like everybody, but the people that we actually like hang out with, I would say probably were in the same mindset as us.
For the most part.
So like if you're really concerned about the groups that your kids are in, you know, I would love to say that growing up, like how you raise your kids is like what's going to put them on the path into like the right place as far as like spiritually and whatever, which I think is to some extent. But once they get to that certain age, once they get to that teenager age, I'm sorry, but I think their outside perspectives, their outside opinions, their friend groups have way more weight
Oh yeah, for sure.
on your kids than you do as a parent. Because like once your kid's a teenager, like what do parents know? You know, we're
Yep.
just here. We're like we're clueless in their minds, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess how you do that, I don't know, try and we're going to talk about this I think on our next episode is just cuz people have asked me some questions like how do you do faith in your family? How do you make sure that your family's centered around faith and that like they're making that a priority and stuff? And I don't know if we have all the answers for that, but I will say is like introducing your kids to really positive relationships and families early on. I mean, you can hope will set them up to be part of those same good relationships when they're in their teenagers and whatever.
Yeah.
And if you want to keep communication open, as a teacher, I'm always like, be one step ahead of your kids. So like I don't even know, like something as simple as like wearing deodorant. When do kids start wearing deodorant? Like you want your kid to be wearing deodorant before your kid needs to wear deodorant. Like always be like a year ahead or a step ahead. Like you think that puberty might happen in a year or two, start talking about it now. Like always be like a step or a step ahead in front of like what's coming so that your kids are learning information from you at home and not always from their friends at school.
Yeah.
As far as like if like in really important topics of things, like always just keep those conversations flowing in your household. So like for Dalton and I as teenagers, we were just I don't know, we were just meant to be we were either meant to be together or we really were good at making it work as far as just like having because you and I went to youth group. We even painted the youth room together.
Yep.
As one of our
just
me and you.
Something to do.
It was one of those brick walls where we painted every single
brick a different color. Oh my goodness.
But like that was our hanging out. Like that we did that kind of stuff. We were at youth group.
Walks.
Yeah, we played basketball. We're at youth group, and then we started a different youth group.
Yep. With
and
Dan.
did that. Yeah, and did that for a while.
That was what 2-3 years, probably 2 years.
And like we were just always like doing stuff. Like we always had activities in groups. Like we were very much
we were best friends.
Yeah, and maybe you just kind of tagged along to those things, but like we were very into like the homecoming, the snowfest, the school spirit stuff, like decorating, setting up, school dances. Like we were very involved with school things.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been if I wouldn't have been dating you.
No, you just showed up for me.
I mean, no, but I'm saying like you made me want to be there.
Right.
If I wouldn't have been dating you, I probably would have been like, I'm going to the farm.
Yeah, very rarely did you and I ever just like, you and I are just going to go do our own thing and not involve ourselves. Like we were very involved, like
with other people.
A lot of our relationship was involved with other people. It just wasn't just me and you.
No.
Hanging out privately, constantly, all the time.
I mean,
which
we did
I think
at times, but no, we always had plans with our friends.
Yeah, which I think is what helped us keep us, on the right path. We had more on our minds than just the two of us. Like both you and I had goals and things that we wanted to achieve and things that we wanted to do and sports that we wanted to be a part of and teams we wanted to be a part of and clubs we wanted to be a part of.
I think we both shared enjoying seeing each other with other people.
What do you mean?
Like, I think it brought both of us joy being able to see our special other person, like encountering with other. I mean, like out in the
Like
world,
being part of something
like
else.
yeah,
Yeah. Like you're talking about like me going to your basketball games or something like that.
or vice versa, or decorating for the float, like you said, or doing homecoming or whatever.
Do you remember shop class?
Oh, we were
Remember?
enemies. We were against each other.
No, okay, so there was one year where Dalton and I had the same shop class.
Oh,
then
we
there
were
was a-
in the same in the
And then
in
there
the
was
same
and then there
class.
was a year where we were in different ones. Okay, so the year that we were in the same shop class,
We got paired together for everything.
all the time. It was so funny. So like he would like our teacher would like randomly like draw from a hat or use like a generator to like form
Yeah.
groups or whatever, and it didn't matter. It
All
didn't
the
matter.
time.
He would look at us and like he would call our names together, and he would be like, "I swear,"
And everybody knew we were dating.
Yeah, and he'd be like, "I swear, I'm not doing this on purpose." Do you remember when what's it called? Propagating a plant?
Yep. We did rubber plant. We did snake tree. I think it's called snake tree.
Snake plant.
Snake
Like
plant.
one of those-
Rubber tree.
Well,
Rubber
yeah, so
plant.
we like carved off. What do you even do? You like carve off a leaf.
Stem. What did you call it? What was the word?
Is it propagating? Is that the
Sounds about
word?
right.
So like you like carve off a leaf off of a stem.
You cut
And
it
then
just right at an angle, and then we dipped it in a powder. I don't remember what the powder was.
Yeah, and then you put it back on so that it starts
No.
growing roots. Yeah, because don't you have to wrap it with saran wrap?
You put it in the dirt.
No, you got to get the roots going first.
We put it in the dirt, honey. It was root starter, is what that stuff was.
well, there was
And
another-
You put the leaf in the dirt.
Someone who's an egg teacher is going to be like, "Hey, these two have no idea what they're talking about."
Well, we had these plants up until we got married.
Yeah, so they survived.
The tree grew to up our ceiling.
But don't you remember that one thing where you like kind of cut off the leaf and then you like put some moss and goop in there and then you put it back on?
You
and
don't put it back on.
There's another method where you saran wrap it back on and then after a little while you take the saran wrap off and new roots grew.
How
on
would
that
roots
thing.
grow without dirt?
Well, the same thing of how do you get seeds to
We're
start?
Googling this.
How do you get seeds to start? You wrap them up in a warm paper towel and then you unfold them
do
later.
I do that as a farmer? No, I put them in the dirt.
I know, but I'm saying you can. Don't you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I
Like,
know
you
what you're
can-
talking.
You can start roots
Okay.
by
So then the second year of shop class.
Okay, but hey, you got to finish the story. The
Oh, I
fact
thought I
is,
did.
the fact is that like when we were sophomores and juniors, we planted baby plants together,
Juniors.
and they stayed with us up until Odie knocked them over.
We were married.
We were married, so we got to have our little plants, our little baby.
We had our cactus
plants.
ones too.
Yes. Oh my. yeah.
Prickly pear cactus.
So anyway, that was kind of cute. Okay, now go on to the next. Being in different
So,
classes.
well, first, that was junior year. Remember junior, we pretty much like purposefully copied our schedules to be the same.
Did we actually purposely do that?
Well,
or did
I did.
you purposely do that?
She got so sick of me. It was like depressing.
So that's another thing here. Talking about teenagers. If you have a teenager who's like in the dating world, number one, be supportive of it. Number two, tell them it is okay to have healthy boundaries and healthy times apart.
She
because,
like told me
yes,
she got sick of me.
You never left. We had the exact same schedule.
I thought that's what we
all the
wanted.
time.
And now I'm the one where I'm like, do you ever leave?
But it was just like I'm just like even in the library, we'd be on like our free hour study hour, and I'm like, I just want to study by myself. I just want to like put my headphones in and study by myself.
You could have said that.
I think I was too nice back then. I mean, I don't know. I think I was.
Well, we had a blow up later that year.
Well, yeah, because I was like, oh my gosh.
It's
You're
either
like-
break up or
you're-
leave me alone.
Yeah, it was like Velcro. Like you need to. Whew. Okay. Anyway, talk about our different classes.
So our senior year, we had the same shop class, but different hours. And that was the electrical year with doing a bunch of wiring. Well, we welded and wired and all those things. And Mr. Anderson will tell you that I was clearly better.
I don't know about that.
I was. It was a contest.
Aren't you going to finish the rest of the story?
Nah, that's all I remembered. You must have more to input.
I do because I'm
do
in
it.
fact better at it. So like Welding, sure, I'll give you welding any day. But do you remember, like, so every day for our wiring unit, we'd have to go into class, and there'd be like a specific set of things that we need to like. So we started with just like wiring a light switch to a simple bulb.
Yeah.
And then it would go from a light switch to a bulb and an outlet, and then we had two
Or
different
two
bulbs,
switches.
or like, and then two switches where one switch had to go to the outlet and turn it on and off.
Yes,
I'm like,
I was there.
So anyway,
and I did it all
yes.
correctly.
So you had this little sheet, and once you were done, you had Mr. Anderson come check your board, and he'd like tug on the wires and
Yeah,
like
check
do
the
all
wire
of this
nuts.
stuff. And you always wanted to get a 10 out of 10 because if you didn't get a 10 the first time, he'd make you redo it.
And I always
And
got 10s.
I think was your class first. I think your class was first.
We had 0 hour. I had 0 hour shot.
Okay, so then yours was first.
Yep.
Holy cow, that's early. So yours was first. So every time I would walk into class and Mr. Anderson would hand me my sheet and he'd be like, he got a 10. So I'd be like,
He would?
Yes.
No.
He'd be like, he got a 10. So I knew that like I had to make sure mine was perfect before I handed it out.
I didn't know that.
Because I was like, there is no way that I'm getting a 9 if you got a 10. And I'll never
man.
forget because I always thought that I made, well, anyway, however it happened, on the very last one of your wires slipped off and you got a 9. And that was the one time he didn't tell me what you got when he came to class. He wouldn't tell me. He's like, here's your last one. I'm like, what did you get? He's like, I'm not telling you. And so then I got a 10 and he's like, he got a 9. And I was like, yes, I won.
Whatever.
No. So even our teachers knew. Do you know one of the things my students comment on now? So outside of my classroom, I have this like just like one pager that says like meet your teacher, and it's a bunch of fun little things. And one of the family fun facts I have is it says my husband and I used to pass notes in this classroom.
Oh,
so
on the
so the
Frizzly deals.
Yes, on the class that
you still have those.
Yeah,
of course you do.
The class that I teach in right now was Dalton and I's math class.
Yep.
And Dalton sat right in front of me, and every single day our teacher would be like, hey, get out a piece of paper, and Dalton would just rip one from his notebook, so then it's got all of the fringe on the side. So
like
then
the binding holes.
Yeah, so then he'd tear off the fringe and he would write notes on the fringe to me, and he'd like throw them back. And then I kept them. I still have them. I have a whole bag of
It was a lot.
fringe notes from Dalton. I have a whole binder of notes from Dalton, which is one thing that I think kept us like well connected and in good, I don't know, wholesome spiritual thing is we wrote letters back and forth, and a lot of those letters included like either prayers or
we fought a lot through them too.
Yeah, scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would pass scripture back and forth sometimes. And so just like, number one, if you're a teenager, while we close this out, we will talk about being a teenager more. So if other people will have things that we want to talk about as far as, I don't know, anything else with this topic, if you are the teenager and if one of your goals is to make sure you stay like close to your faith, close to Jesus Christ or whatever, surround yourself with people that also are like-minded like you, and make sure that if you are planning to date someone, that person is also like-minded like you, because you will not be changing anybody. We're not in the business of changing people. You want people that are in your corner that are already like that can help build that up, especially because when you're a teenager, you don't have it all figured out. I'm sorry, but you don't. And so you want someone that can help grow with you and figure out those things with you. And as a parent, if you are a parent of teenagers, it's your job just to kind of support and nurture that, and maybe even create opportunities for your kid to be with groups of people that you think would help build them up, encourage them, not tear them down, bring about their faith life and all those kinds of things. I mean, I don't know, sometimes I think you and me just got lucky. Like that's, I don't know, the story just seems, I mean, it's not lucky. It was all God, 100% certain, but just thinking about it, it was just like, wow, we were 16, 15. We were 15.
Yep. Remember when you filled my pickup full of balloons for my 16th birthday?
Oh yeah, we have a lot more stories to share that we won't spoil them all tonight. I did walk by the commons area, and there was a one of my students, guy and a girl, were sitting there arguing about their science worksheet. And they're like, "No, you got the wrong answer. No, this is how you do this." And I just walked up there and I just started smiling, and they're like, "Yes, Mrs. Steichen, what?" And I said, "You know what? This is just bringing me flashbacks. My husband and I used to sit at these exact same tables and do this exact same things." And their faces were just like, "What? No, gross, no." Like, they just laughed, and I was like, "You never know. You never know. You never know."
You took your ACT twice, right?
3 times, but we don't need to talk about that. Why are you bringing that up?
Because I just vividly remember praying for you a lot during that time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I still never got the score I wanted. But again, story for another time. I survived. I made it through college. It's all right.
It's just fine.
So, we're gonna end it here. It was a good recap, good chat session.
Great.
Kind of just diving into our whole story. We'll get into a lot more of that. There's a lot more to be said about. It was just kind of fun to talk about our meeting and just the beginnings of being a teenager, because I know I have a lot of friends out there that listen to this that have teenagers in their house, or have had teenagers in their house, or will have teenagers in their house. So it's kind of just interesting to think about some of the things that teenagers are going through. And I still think that part of me is just left in the teenage world. I'm just there.
It could be.
I'm just there. So everybody have a great week. Have a safe week. I hope the weather's nice so everybody can hang outside. And it's homecoming here this week, so we are full force on festivities.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't affect me much.
Oh, you'll be there.
I'll be there.
Hey, do you know what else is coming up this week that's very important?
Bouncy houses.
Let me say that one more time. Do you know something
Wednesday is my beautiful wife's 31st birthday. 32nd birthday.
Do you want to try again?
32nd.
You are 0 for 2 right now.
32nd.
It is my 32nd birthday, so if you see me this week, wish me a happy birthday, because I love birthdays, love getting older, because getting older is fabulous and great and all the things. So
You say all the things a lot.
all the things.
You say that a lot.
There's another phrase that I think I say a lot. I can't remember what it is right now. But when I listen to these back, I'm like, oh yeah, I say that a lot. Or I say whatever. It doesn't matter. Like when I get
Like
on.
how many times? 6, 7?
Oh boy. Did you know at the high school we are going to celebrate the 67th day of school instead of the 100th day of school?
Is it because of 6, 7?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, okay.
Peace out, y'all.
See you this week.
Bye.
Bye.